goes a little something like.
Hello, Literates. I'm brittwriterly, and welcome back to Writer's Ambition. For those who've been hanging in since episode 1, use a real one. And for those of you just finding my humble channel, welcome. We hope you stay a while. So it is the April HonesTEA. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I forgot about y'all. I really did. I was like, oh, the month is almost over. Okay, I'm ready. I'm doing all my things. And then I was like, oh, my HonesTEA. I completely forgot. So here we are. It's gonna be quick, like I told y'all last month. Everything is gonna be quick for the next few months because I just have so much to do. I'm just trying to keep my goals very focused on achieving very specific deadlines, right? Especially for nothing. I like everything I'm doing right now is at the same level of like urgency and deadline, which sucks because how do you prioritize that? But especially nothing, like everything I'm doing is on a deadline right now and they're all around the same time. Isn't that so much fun? I know. So anyway, April HonesTEA goals, the last week of April. Okay, so obviously we start with a round of applause. So you did that. My goals, actually backing up, my goals for March were to finish Tales of Eliza Black revisions and give to my first round of betas, to finish my first draft of my chapter 3 of my dissertation, and then to get into the B story of #third fantasy. So my you did that's for April. I am on track to finish Tales of Eliza Black revisions by the end of the month, so that's going well. So that's 2 for 1. I am also on track to finish my chapter 3 of my dissertation by the end of the month, so that's all going really, really well. And then my third and final you did that, I came up with a new arc for Eliza. I actually finished revisions, like got to the end where I was about to be done with revisions for Eliza weeks ago. I just got to the end and was like, I don't feel completely satisfied with this. Like, I'm not super happy about it. I'm just like, yeah. I didn't really feel super satisfied. I was like, this is the end. And I could just write the end, but it just felt like a cop-out in some really important ways. And it also felt like, did Eliza really grow in important ways? Like, was it really an arc, or was it more like a stair step situation? And I want her to have an arc because Eliza's an amazing character. She has amazing characters around her, and I want her story to be one of change, of transformation, of development, and I just wasn't seeing it. I was seeing the plot progress, but I wasn't seeing her really progress much. So I came up with an arc. It's very spiritually inflected. I am super happy with it already. It's adding depth to her character. It's adding depth to her conversations with Laz. I'm loving it so much. So I actually had to start over from page 1 of the revisions, but no regrets. Because even with that, I still am on track to finish on time. So the Lord bless me for my faithfulness in ministry. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, it's going really well. I am on track to finish it by the end of next week and to give it to Cache, who was, first round of betas. I don't even know why I wrote that. It's going to Cache first. So it's going to her first, and then it will go to first round of betas by the month after May, June, or even July, depending on what notes she gives me. But anyway, the point is we're on track for me to finish these really substantial revisions of the entire story and have like a solid, this is a draft of the story. Do your worst to it, to my CPs. So those are my you did that's for April. I'm super proud of myself for pushing to come up with another arc for Eliza, because I could have just been like, this is over. And, to my writers, literates, it's one thing to finish a story, and that is a really hard thing to do anyway, but it's another thing to realize that there's a fundamental flaw in the story or a fundamental lack in the story, and do the work that it takes to get it to where it needs to be, so that when you type the end, you're satisfied and you know that your readers are going to be satisfied, and not just be like, I mean, that was a story. So definitely encourage. I know it's like frustrating, pull hair out, annoying, but it's also satisfying when you get it fixed and you're like, I'm a writer. I write things. I am committed to my craft. So anyway, I had a really good like glow moment of that, and I'm super, super happy that I am so close to being done with my third chapter of my dissertation. It's my final chapter. Wow. Can't words express how happy I am to almost be done with this final chapter. Like, I literally have 7 more pages to revise, the conclusion to write, which is just gonna be like a paragraph or 2, and then I need to go back and check one organizational thing. But I should definitely be done by the end of next week, and then I will send that off to a colleague for peer review. So I'm just like, everything is going so well. I'm happy. Anyway, okay, hashtag goals. Now, these goals are for May, because it's the end of the month. So these are my goals for May, because wow, May is crazy town. So you probably will not get an HonesTEA from me for May also until near the end of the month. And I have like people coming. Well, actually, because of people coming like really near the end of the month, that may encourage me to like actually be on time. I try to like put the HonesTEA vlogs out the 3rd Tuesday of the month, so I may actually like not forget and hit it, because I have company coming that next week and I don't want to have to like film or edit or anything like that. We'll see. Anyway, the point is, these are for May. These goals are for May because April is done. Okay, so my goals for May are to resume writing hashtag third fantasy. I put the car in park. If you know, you know. I put the car in park on hashtag third fantasy because I wanted to really focus on finishing this revision of Eliza, and then when Eliza is off to Cachet, then I can focus on hashtag third fantasy. I didn't want to split my focus when I needed to like go full throttle on Eliza and on my dissertation, like working on 3 projects when I don't have to be working on all 3 of those projects. So I was like, let's just take a step back, because who is waiting for you? Nobody. Okay, so, well, somebody's waiting for the dissertation, but like, who's waiting for Eliza Black right now? The world. But also, there's no official deadline. So like, focus on Eliza. Hashtag third fantasy. People barely even know about that one yet. Like, we can put that one down for a while. So to the extent that I can prioritize, I did. So I want to pick that back up in May while Cachet is reading Eliza. And then I want to submit chapter 3 of my dissertation to my co-chairs. That's a big goal. That's going to be real tight, because I'm not going to be giving the chapter to my colleague to read until the beginning of May. And I mean, I'm not thinking that he's going to take like 2.5 weeks or something, but still, depending on what he says, like I'm going to have to make even more revisions. So that could be completely chill, and it could be tight, depending on how long it takes for my colleague to read it and how extensive his notes are and what they require of me, right? So I really, really want to submit that chapter by the end of May so I can pivot and focus on writing the introduction for the dissertation, which, people tend to write last so that you can make sure that the conclusion matches what you actually did. Cray. Anyway, and my final goal for May is to breathe from Eliza. While Cachet has it, I want to just cleanse my palate of Eliza. Eliza is like I said, there's a lot of people around her, a lot of really interesting characters around her, and it just, by interesting, I mean compelling, and I also mean complex. Like, there's a lot of just like stuff happening, and it is the most sci-fi project I have on tap right now. And I'm not a sci-fi person, so like keeping up with all those rules is just like, please excuse me while I go take a nap from what I just wrote. So I just want myself to enjoy the break from Eliza, give myself time to rest my eyes on it, throw myself into another just super fun, light fantasy, so that when Eliza comes back, I'm fresh and renewed and ready to get back into it. But I'm really just trying to breathe from her in May, because we've been eye to eye, honey, for 30 days plus, and we both just need a little break. So those are my goals for May. I'm confident that I can reach them. Let me revise that. I'm confident that I can reach the first two. the submitting the chapter 3 to my co-chairs. I'm like, yeah, probably. That will probably work out. But I will let y'all know if it actually works out. Okay, so you'll notice I drank not a single thing. There's a reason for that. It is 10:45 p.m. I try to stop drinking water like an hour before I go to bed, so I'm not waking up at 2 a.m. having to pee, because when I wake up in the middle of the night, it's hard for me to go back to sleep. I be finding everything else to do but go back to sleep. And it's a Saturday, people got church in the morning. By people I mean me. So I'm like, yes, no more drinking, no more nothing. I'm getting ready for bed. And also, I have already like hit my water goal. I've drunk 9 glasses of water today, 9 cups. So my goal is 8 cups a day. So exactly. Thank you. Congratulate me. I finally drank water and mind my business. And y'all didn't even get to witness it. It was completely off camera. I didn't take a single sip on camera. Ain't that about it? Wow. Well, maybe next time, huh? Okay. Anyway, for the comments, tell me a goal that you have for May that you're like, I really hope I can get it, but I don't know if I will. So we can commiserate together on things that we hope happen, but don't know if we can ensure it. Okay, so things happening in May that you're like, hopefully, but who knows? Just share your hopes in the comments, okay? Y'all have an amazing, I don't know when y'all are going to see this, on Tuesday. Have an amazing rest of your week, okay? Bye-bye.